Somehow he had picked up the spilled books, he didn't remember bending or touching them. He kept moving them from hand to hand as if they were a poker hand he could not figure. I wonder if they were the ones who killed Clarice? He stopped and his mind said it again, very loud. I wonder if they were the ones who killed Clarice. He wanted to run after them yelling. His eyes watered. The thing that had saved him was falling flat. The driver of that car, seeing Montauk down, instinctively considered the probability that running over a body at that speed might turn the car upside down and spill them out. If Montauk had remained an upright target? Montauk gasped. Far down the boulevard, 4 blocks away, the Beetle had slowed, spun about on 2 wheels, and was now racing back, slanting over on the wrong side of the street, picking up speed. But Montauk was gone, hidden in the safety of the dark alley for which he had set out on a long journey, an hour or was it a minute, ago? He stood shivering in the night, looking back out as the Beetle ran by and skidded back to the center of the avenue, whirling laughter in the air all about it, gone. Further on, as Montauk moved in darkness, he could see the helicopters falling, like the first flakes of snow in the long winter. To come. The house was silent. Montauk approached from the rear, creeping through a thick night-moistened scent of daffodils and roses and wet grass. He touched the screen door and back, found it open, slipped in, moved across the porch, listening. Mrs. Black, are you asleep in there? He thought. This isn't good, but your husband did it to others and never asked and never wondered and never worried. And now since you're a fireman's wife, it's your house and your turn, for all the houses your husband burned and the people he hurt without thinking. The house did not reply. He hid the books in the kitchen and moved from the house again to the alley and looked back and the house was still dark and quiet, sleeping. On his way across town, with the helicopters fluttering like torn bits of paper in the sky, he phoned the alarm at a lonely phone booth outside a store that was closed for the night. Then he stood in the cold night air, waiting, and at a distance he heard the fire sirens start up and run, and the salamanders coming to bum Mr. Black's house while he was away at work, to make his wife stand shivering in the morning air while the roof let go and dropped in upon the fire. But now, she was still asleep. "Good night, Mrs. Black," he thought. Faber. Another rap, a whisper, and a long waiting. Then, after a minute, a small light flickered inside Faber's small house. After another pause, the back door opened. They stood looking at each other in the half-light, Faber and Montauk, as if each did not believe in the other's existence. Then Faber moved and put out his hand and grabbed Montauk and moved him in and sat him down and went back and stood in the door, listening. The sirens were wailing off in the morning distance. He came in and shut the door. Montauk said, "I've been a fool all down the line. I can't stay long. I'm on my way God knows where." "At least you were a fool about the right things," said Faber. "I thought you were dead. The audio capsule I gave you. Burnt. I heard the captain talking to you and suddenly there was nothing. I almost came out looking for you. The captain's dead. He found the audio capsule, he heard your voice, he was going to trace it. I killed him with the flamethrower." Faber sat down and did not speak for a time. "My God, how did this happen?" said Montauk. "It was only the other night everything was fine and the next thing I know I'm drowning." "How many times can a man go down and still be alive?" "I can't breathe. There's Beatty dead, and he was my friend once, and there's Millie gone. I thought she was my wife, but now I don't know. And the house all burnt. And my job gone and myself on the run, and I planted a book in a fireman's house on the way. Good Christ, the things I've done in a single week." "You did what you had to do." "It was coming on for a long time." "Yes, I believe that, if there's nothing else I believe." "It saved itself up to happen." "I could feel it for a long time, I was saving something up, I went around doing one thing and feeling another." "God, it was all there. It's a wonder it didn't show on me, like fat."